Alright guys, so I'm just working on a little side project right here. I went ahead and went to the pick apart to grab some more valve covers, and I'm going to try to make a bracket for a smart coil mount. For the two valves, they don't really have any brackets for them, because they don't come with any bolt holes for, a bracket to be made for it. So I just decided, I've been thinking about it for a while now, but I wanted to go ahead and give it a try since I had some time. I could go the aluminum valve cover route, but that's way more expensive. And if I feel like, I haven't a shot at doing this, if I take my time, I'll end up saving a lot of money. And then I also just like the way that the stock valve covers look. But I'll keep you guys updated on this and see how it goes. But for the most part, it's just I've got the bolts through, then I've got some thread sealant on the back end of the heads of the bolts, and then also I'm going to epoxy the head as well to kind of cover it all up and make sure there's no leaks in there. And then it'll be painted. I'm probably going to do how I had the original, my last valve covers, or my current valve covers, I guess you can say, the ones without the bolts through them. I'll have them powder coated, or the wrinkle black coating, and it should turn out pretty good. Here's the bottom of it right here. Like I said, I've got some thread sealant on it, cleaned them up pretty good. It's sealed right now, but I kind of want to make sure it doesn't leak at all, especially when it gets hot and it expands a little bit. That's why I'm going to go ahead and do the epoxy over those bolts too as well, so they'll be permanently there and permanently sealed, hopefully. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on this, and hopefully it should hold the brackets pretty well. I believe it's going to be plenty sturdy. My last setup, I just had an aluminum L bracket, that I just drilled holes and attached it to the intake. But this way, it's going to be out the way. It's going to make it look a lot cleaner. And I'll keep you guys posted. What's up, guys? It's another day in the garage right now. This is an update on my little valve cover smart coil mount video. This is, like I was saying, I'm going to test this out. I've got some spare valve covers, and here they go. I got, for the most part, this one done. They all fit. I just gotta widen this hole right here, just because this one is where the vent comes out of. So I've got to make it bigger for the head to come out, so I can put an AN fitting on that. But everything else looks okay. It's not sealed up yet. I'm gonna do all the holes and everything else first, and then I'll seal up the bottom half of the valve cover to make sure that it doesn't leak or anything like that. And then we'll get it all painted and coated. Like I said, I'll go with the wrinkle black. That's usually what I do all my valve covers, and it looks really nice, really nice look to it. And another update, looks pretty good. Went ahead and cut up the aluminum, and I put all the holes in there for the coil mounts. They're just going to go straight across. So I was thinking about doing them at an angle, but I looked at the actual cylinder head, and then the spark plug placement straight will be the best option as far as the shortness of the plug wires. Okay, guys, so here we are. It's all wrapped up pretty much. I'm just getting it ready to coat everything with the wrinkle black, make it all one color. I'll probably keep the aluminum bare, just kind of clean it up a little bit. It's got a little bit of scratch on there, just what I was doing with it. But it's there, it's done. It's done. So like I said, this is just a project, something that I want to try out. Been thinking about doing it. Who knows what could happen. Hopefully it works out okay. If not, I got another spot that I'm gonna set the coils at. But I just want to give this a try. and there are no oil fill caps. What I plan on doing is just filling the oil up through either that AN fitting or that AN fitting. I mean, even that fitting's kind of difficult to take off. I got to widen out the hole that I drilled right there. But I mean, worst case scenario, I just have to unbolt the valve covers to put oil in it, which isn't that big of a deal. Simply because I can get to all the bolts. So much space, it's ridiculous. But yeah, here it is. And then next you guys will see them as the finished product. Alright guys, so here it is. This is the final product with the valve covers. I've got them all painted and the brackets put on with the coils put on too as well. Like I said, it's got the wrinkle black and the bracket, the aluminum. I went ahead and cleaned it up and actually just hit it with a brush. Just make it brushed aluminum. Makes it a lot cleaner. And then the coils are actually attached, mounted. They're solid on there too as well. So it's part of it right there. And then also I've got the AN lines, the adapters right there. They're actually bulkheads. So on the other side, it's pretty much a nut on the back of it, and then also it's got Loctite on there so it won't slip off. It's on there for good, or until I just pull it off. But it's the red Loctite. I put red Loctite on everything. And just for a little bit of security, I went ahead and put epoxy on the base of the bolts that I've got through the valve cover, and it's sealed. I checked it too as well. Did a little bit of a water check overnight just to see if anything's leaking, and it was a perfect seal. So I have no problem with putting this back on there, and no doubts that it's going to seal up great. And the bolts, I wouldn't say it's impossible for them to come out because anything can happen, but the way I have them coming through the valve cover, it's very unlikely that they'll fall inside the actual head. And if it does, I mean, it'll just drop straight down to the oil pan. I'm not really worried about it, but like I said, the way it's designed, it should never do that at all. But like I said, it saved a lot. It was a project that I kind of wanted to do. All the 4-valve guys have them already pre-made, and it looks cleaner in my opinion. The last time I had them set up on an L bracket attached to the intake, and it worked, but it was just a pain to take on and off if I needed to ever service like the fuel injectors, or if I needed to test stuff out. This way, they're on the valve covers. I don't have to take them off, just because the way that they're set, it's going to be easily to maintain and check all the wiring and plugs and everything else like that. And it just looks cleaner in my opinion. So like I said before, these are two different styles of valve covers. One is for the earlier 2-valve, one is for the later. So when I gotta order like gaskets and stuff, I gotta order for both years to that's the only problem with this setup. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I've got gaskets everywhere pretty much. If you can see over there, I've got plenty of valve covers. But that's about it. I mean, they've got the 10 AN for the catch can right there, and then the other 10 AN is part of the actual bracket that I made. So I put a hole right there. But yeah, that's it. Kind of gets it out the way, cleans it up, and also makes the spark plug wires shorter. So the long block is finished. I went ahead and put the custom smart coil bracket that I made on the valve covers. Valve covers are nice and wrinkled, and I've got the electric water pump on, timing covers on, and the oil pan is on. This is ready to put together. Like I said, I've got a power glide that I switched to this year. I'm just waiting on the flex plate to come in. We'll get this connected and then get it set in the car.